Okay, if you have not already read it, go back and watch Pimp 2 for a little bit of information about what I'm doing and why. The book I'm reading from is called Pimp, The Story of My Life by Iceberg Slim. That's the cover. I have a link for this book in my bio, and you can get it off of Amazon. All right, our main character is getting out of jail, freshly out of jail, and he's getting ready to walk into a bar and find himself another working girl. Okay. Again, I am going to read what's here, and I'm gonna have to go back and edit out the bad words. And in this one, there's a ton of them. So I'm gonna try and make it so that you can, kind of read my lips and figure out what I'm talking about. Although I will put the full video probably up on my website, just so I can put anything I want on there if you need me to say all the words. All right. So we're gonna start with him. Yeah, we're gonna start here. After a week of rest and Mama's soul food, my color and strength came back. On a Saturday night, I decked myself out in one of my vines and topcoat I had bought the day before Delansky busted me. I was only several months away from age 20. My baby face was gone. I was 6 feet 2. I was thin as a greyhound on a crash diet. I went into the underworld bar, the 7-Eleven Club, crowded with pimps, whores, and thieves. Now, while he's in this bar, one of the hookers or whores sends him a message. Okay, she's picking him. All right, and you may have heard this. This is an old saying: "You get chose." Okay, that's what this means. This hooker is choosing him. All right, I'll try and get into a little bit more of that later. So the bartender is now speaking. He lisped, "The runty bitch in the middle of the bar sent you a taste." Without taking my face off of his thin yellow face, I said, "Sugar, run her down to me. Is the bitch qualified? Is she a whore? Does she have a man?" His response is, "The bitch ain't nothing but a young skunk from St. Louis. She ain't nothing but a jazzy jive whore. I'm more whore than she is. She ain't got no man. She's a cum freak. She Georgied 3 bullshit pimps since she got here a month ago. If your game is strong, you could play a hog out of her ass. She ain't but 18. So this is a seasoned girl, all right? And she's only 18. I said, "Tell the bitch no dice. I'll take care of the little things, and if she is qualified, maybe I will let her take care of the big things. Give the bitch a drink on me." Okay, he rejects her advances. Now he's thinking aloud, or in the book he's thinking, they had said, chase a whore, you get a chump's weak cop. Stalk a whore, you get a pimp's strong cop. My turn down of her measly first offer had her jumpy. It was a slick, sharp hook twisting in the bitch's mind. Her juicy tongue darted out like a red lizard past her ivory teeth. It slivered over her full lips. She wiggled toward me in an uneven race with the barkeep. She was sliding her green drink between me and the elephant. The elephant is the guy sitting next to him at the bar. I painted a lukewarm, indifferent grin on my face as she perched on the stool. I noticed a roll of scratch wedged deep between her black peaks. She had money stuffed down in her cleavage. She said, "Who the hell are you? And what is that off-the-wall shit you cracked on the bartender?" My eyes were sub-zero spotlights on her face. I said, "Bitch, my name is Blood, and my wire wasn't off the wall. It was real, like me. Bitch, you sure got a filthy, sassy job. It could get your ass ruptured." The big vein at the temple and the tiny dog face quivered. Her wrapper was shrill. She bleated, "I ain't no bitch. I'm a motherfucking lady. The stud ain't been pulled out of his mammy's womb that kicks my ass. God damn it, call me Phyllis. Be a gentleman and respect me, I'm a lady. The icy blast bust the thermostat on my spotlights. I could feel my cool spit on my lips. I roared, "You stinking black bitch, you're a fake. There's no such thing as a lady in our world. You either got to be a bitch or a faggot in drag. Now, bitch, which is it, bitch? I'm no gentleman, I'm a pimp. I'll kick your funky ass if you give me first lick. Bitch, you're creaming to eat me up. I'm not a cum freak, you are. I'm a freak to scratch." My blast had moved her. Those joint rundowns sure worked. I could see those sexy dancers were hot as hell there in the midnight. She was trying to conceal from me the freakish, pain-loving bitch inside of her. I turned toward the crapper. As I walked away, I bombed her. "Bitch, I'm splitting when I come out of that crapper. I know your pussy is jumping for me. I know you want me for your man. Some lucky bitch is going to steal me from you. You better toss that bullshit out your mind. Get straight, bitch, and tell me like it is on my way out. You had your chance. After tonight, you don't have any." Inside the crapper, I ripped a wad of bills from its holder. I wrapped the sawbuck and the 4 singles around it. Whatever happened out there, I had to show a bankroll. I stood there in the crapper. I was letting the heat seep deep into that bitch out there. Was I going to cop my first whore? My crotch was fluttery at the thought of it. I walked out the crapper. She was outside the door. I almost trampled her. I ignored her. I walked to the bar to pay my light tab. She was peering over my shoulder. I peeled the saw buck off. I told the barkeep, steal the change and cop a hog. He said, "Sweetie, it's on me. Come back at 2 and cop a real girl." Okay? The bartender's in on it, encouraging him to just deceive this girl. She whispered, you cold-blooded sweet motherfucker. I go for you. Let's go to my pad and rap." Okay, I'm going to pause here. Remember, she's already run game on some other guys, so she's luring him in order for her to con him. That's what's happening here. I drove to her pad. On the way, she played on me. She was setting me up for the Georgia, and the Georgia is the con. That lizard thought my ear was a speedway. It did 100 laps inside it. I was still green. I should not have let her touch me. Okay, then we're going to go over to the next passage. Oh, okay, this is him ruminating over what he's learned in the joint about pimping. What had the pimps in the joint said? You got to back up from them fabulous pussies. You got to make like you don't have a swipe. That's his dick. You got to keep your mind on the scratch. Scratch is the money. Stay cold and brutal. Cop your scratch first. Don't let them Georgie you. They'll laugh at you. They'll cut you loose like a trick after they flim-flammed you. Your scratch cop is the only way to put a hook in their stinking asses. All right. She begins to run her con. She says, "Daddy, this is light green pot from chilly gut country. It will make us mellow. Why don't you take your clothes off?" I took a deep pull on the stick of reefer. I looked up into the sultry, dreamy eyes. I parroted, "Bitch, don't put shit in the game. Business always comes before pleasure in my book. I'll take my clothes off when I know I'm taking them off with my whore. I don't sucker for the Georgia jar loose from respectable scratch, bitch. He's asking for the money he knows she has. I had heard it verbatim in the joint. It worked like a lie detector. The motor in her belly threw wide. Her eyes had a faraway look. All right, she was trying to get him, and he just got her. His game won over her sex appeal is basically what happened. Now, they go back and forth. I thought, I'm going to murder this runt black bitch if she don't give me that scratch she had in her bosom. Like a brute cop giving a heist man a last chance to confess, I said, bitch, give me that scratch you had between your titties. Now, the next thing she did was, she said, no, you can't have my money. Then like in the dreams in the joint, I kicked her rear end until my leg cramped. Through it all, she just moaned and sobbed. I was soaked in sweat, panting. I lay on the bearskin rug beside her. I thrust my mouth against her ear. In an icy whisper, I said, bitch, do I have to kill you to make you my whore? Get up and get me that scratch. She turned her head and looked into my eyes. There was no anger in them now, only fear and strange passion. Her tremulous mouth opened to speak. For a long moment, nothing came out. Then she whispered, you got a whore, blood. Please don't kick me anymore. I'm your little dog. I'll do anything you say. I love you, pretty daddy. Okay, we're already at 12 minutes, and this is a long passage. But a couple things happened here, all right? She approached him, all right? He was looking for her, but she approached him. She tried to take the dominant position. She let him into her house. She let him into her life, all right? I think the big issue here is that she was just as seasoned as he was. She thought that she could outmaneuver him, and he outmaneuvered her because he was focused on what he wanted more than she was focused on what he wanted. Now, that might sound like a small thing, but when you're dealing with your life and your body, remember, she's living with emotion, and it's her body that's getting the heck beat out of it, okay? This is an argument she can't possibly win, just because he has a stronger will than she does. It wasn't like she was going to be able to outfight him. He beat the crap out of her, and she said yes.